Let me ask you, what comes to your mind when you say media in the Middle East? Only Al Jazeera? Really? Al Arabiya, anyone? Well, there are many media outlets in the Middle East, and most of them start with Al. Al Jazeera, Al Arabiya, Al Masdar, Al Monitor, Al Ahram, Al Safir, Al Ayam, even Al Akbar. So anything with Al works in this region. But there are also Arab News, Gulf News, the Jerusalem Post, Tehran Times, Gulf Daily, Middle East Times, Yemen Observer, etc. These all are media outlets. Some of them are state-controlled and some of them are not, but we're not going to talk about this. What we're going to discuss in the next minutes is how social media became a tool for modern information age warfare in the Middle East. Social media and media in general are very controversial in the Middle East, just because seeing is not enough for believing. Look here. According to the spokesperson of the Israeli Prime Minister, this is Hamas bombarding from Gaza Strip. What turns out is that this video is actually 3 years old and was taken in Syria. Yet many people believed in this and media outlets shared. Many experts say that now the wars in the Middle East are not fought on the ground, but online. The battlefield is on the screens of the computer and the smartphone, and people use information and misinformation to shape what the world sees. Remember how Israel tried to justify its airstrikes on Gaza and West Bank? And filled the social media with pictures, what would you do if this was your city? And then you see social media platforms blocking the hashtag Al-Aqsa after Israeli forces stormed the mosque in East Jerusalem and killed several Palestinians. Let's go back to Arab Spring, or how many call it a media revolution or a Twitter revolution. Social media has allowed greater communication among activists. The social media gave the people a chance to directly challenge their governments in the states where traditional media is state-controlled and there are no independent media outlets. The Arab Spring started after the images of Mohamed Bouazizi appeared on the Facebook, who set himself on fire. After this, the protesters across the region did the same by documenting government's brutality and sharing it with the world. The revolutions in the Middle East started when people began using social media to set up awareness campaigns. To cut people from the information is easy as it seems. Just shut down the internet and you're good. But this didn't work in the Middle East. Just the opposite, it fueled people with anger. The social media gives everyone a voice, a platform to express, to complain, to post everything and share whatever they want. But this is no longer the same now, as it was during Arab Spring. The governments that came to power with the help of social media know how dangerous it might be. Anyone who has more than 1,000 followers can be considered as an influencer. And if that person posts something out of state narrative, they can be arrested and shut down under terrorism charges for defaming the image and the name of the state and putting out false information. Now moving on the star of media and information warfare, ISIS. ISIS has used and still uses social media for propaganda and recruitment. Just to make it more impressive, ISIS uses the modern social media to attract young people by showing that joining ISIS is like playing Call of Duty, and that they can be the characters of their favorite video games in real life. But how exactly they do this? They have their own multilingual media with very impressive graphics and Hollywood-style video editing. Al-Hayam.
This is our Khilafah in all its glory. We are men honored with Islam who climbed its peaks to perform jihad, answering the call to unite under one flag. This is the source of our glory, our obedience to our Lord.
Terrorists have always manipulated media, whether it's news coverage or using media as Islamic State does to publicize itself and most importantly to recruit. Islamic State and Al-Qaeda both have had their own news services. They have their own production facilities. They are playing to a certain extent the same game that people in the traditional news media play.
The information warfare reached its peak in Afghanistan. 20 years ago they banned the internet and now the Taliban is enjoying the fancy life of media influencers. The digital revolution in Afghanistan brought to the arena the new generation of Taliban, who wear Apple Watches, use smartphones, go live in social media and take tons of selfies. If now you're thinking whether Taliban is banned in social media or not, well, it is, but only in Facebook, Instagram and YouTube. Taliban has the official page of its spokesman in Twitter, where the ex-president Donald Trump is banned.
Unfortunately, the Taliban has been able to master the use of social media, not just in terms of projecting its messages and its propaganda, but also it has used social media, it has exploited social media for purposes of recruitment as well.
The information warfare in the Middle East is quite tense as people share stories, videos and pictures that the government doesn't want to be shared and told. The algorithms make it easier for a topic to become trendy and circle worldwide. A trending topic surpasses networks and becomes the mechanism for the spread of information across social clusters. According to an article in The Guardian, you can take an existing trending topic such as fake news and then weaponize it. You can turn it against the very media that uncovered it. Using social media to take command of the trend makes the spread of propaganda easier than ever before for both state and the non-state actors. Thanks for watching.